Alright, it's time for another album reaction. Now, I did not expect the Fantano 0 out of 10 video to do as well as it did, and I'm incredibly grateful for everyone who watched that video. If you're new here, basically what I did was I reacted to all of the albums that Anthony Fantano gave a 0 out of 10 officially. There were some unofficial ones I didn't review in that video, but in that video was Ken Carson's album called X. Now, I wasn't crazy about the album. I thought it was kind of bad, but compared to some of the other albums in the video, I thought it was pretty alright. If I had to give it a score, because I've started, warming up to the idea of doing album scores, I'd probably give it like a 4 out of 10. A lot of people in the comments thought I just completely agreed with Fantano and I thought it was a 0. I don't think it's a 0 out of 10. The production's too good. There's like the vibes of the project are there, but lyrically, flow-wise, it's just not my thing at all. But I got a ton of comments from Ken Carson fans who are suggesting another project of his called Project X. This is, from what I understand, this is his debut studio album, and from what I've gathered, the album cover, see, I'm actually doing research this time. The album cover is based on a movie called Project X. That's where the name came from, which is pretty cool. I also wanted to amend what I said. I'm sorry that I said Ken Carson was influenced by Yeat and Playboi Carti. From what I understand, Ken Carson was a pioneer of this kind of trap sound, which unfortunately, I didn't do enough research before because I wanted to go in with a blind listen, with an open mind. And yeah, so I got that detail wrong. I'm sorry. I also wanted to say, out of every community that went and watched my Fantano video, it's not all of you, okay? Some of the Ken Carson fans were very nice and very respectful, but there were a lot of very toxic and angry Ken Carson fans. And the reason I'm smiling is because there were so many comments that I think I made at least $100 off just Ken Carson fans alone. So I wanted to say thank you, Ken Carson fans. Ken Carson has provided a lot to me now, so he helped my channel blow up quite a bit. So I wanted to give back. I want to give Ken Carson another chance by listening to his album Project X, which is significantly more appreciated by fans and critics alike. I'm coming in with an open mind. Alright, I'm not sure if it's going to be similar to X, where it just felt kind of bloated with throwaway lyrics that were cringe at times, and the flow being the exact same across every track. Those were my major complaints with X, but from what I've gathered from the comments, this is significantly better. The production hopefully going to be punchier, the flow going to be more dynamic and unique. That's kind of what I'm hoping for on this project. There's a lot more, this rock and roll track seems to be quite the hit. So, hey man, I'm coming in with an open mind. I'm hoping this is better. I haven't looked at any reviews. I don't know anything about what people think other than I know it's Ken Carson. I wasn't crazy about his first project, but people seem to claim this is where his style really lands. Let's start with the first track being Who's Next. I also wanted to say before we start, okay, a lot of people complained about the fact I was looking at the lyrics the whole time. I'm going to try to avoid looking at the lyrics because people claim that's not what the music's for. This isn't Kendrick Lamar, right? But at the same time, if I hear something that's actively distracting or obstructive to the sound, I'm going to point it out. I'm going to pull up the lyrics, okay? So I'm going to hope the lyrics are kind of like Playboi Carti's Whole Lotta Red, where it's not anything crazy, but it's not distracting like calling yourself a turd. All right, that's what I'm hoping for. Okay, I like the production. This instrumental is pretty cool.
If I start up, I'm shooting the scene. Bitch, I got aim, I don't need a beam. And I make it rain, bullets on your team. Who next?
Okay. First track, Not too bad. Didn't mind it. Alright, I'll add it to my playlist that I add anything that I think is decent. I thought that was decent. The instrumental, pretty punchy, kind of in your face, very easy to kind of bop along to. From the few things I gathered lyrically, still not the strength of Ken Carson, I don't think. And also, I hope his flow is more dynamic than it was on this first track. Luckily, this track is shorter than most I've heard from him, but it's still like, it almost feels anxious. Like he's trying to say too much in a phrase or bar that he can actually fit. And so I'm hoping that is not consistent throughout the entire project. I hope it gets better. But we're moving into Rock and Roll, which is might be his most popular track ever. Nope. No. But it's a popular track from the looks of things. This one has lyrics on Spotify. Okay, if I pull them up, you can't get mad at me because he has them listed. Okay, I'm pulling these up.
And roll, 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 roll. I get high as fuck every day. I think I see a UFO.
Wait.
I'm fucking on this hoe. I think she emo. She got slits on her wrist. She's so suicidal.
See, like, bro, this is on one of his most popular tracks, and then people are like, "You're not supposed to read into the lyrics, bro. They're not supposed to be taken seriously." I think she emo. She got slits. That's so bad, man. It's like, that was one thing I felt kind of bad for in the Fantano Zero video. I claimed that Ken Carson was just an unlikable person for some of his bars, particularly on like birth control and stuff like that, and like killing people. It's not a persona, it's just him. He's so unlikable. Like, all of these topics you can't really relate to unless you're, not, if you can relate to these super hard, I don't think of you as a very good person personally. And I feel kind of bad because I don't want to personify someone just based on their lyrics and music, especially when I don't know the person. But stuff like this is just vile, man. I don't know how it's a little hard to get like vibe with this. I'm vibing with, okay, I'm super high, I think I see a UFO. That bar is stupid, it's funny, I can get through that. This is a little more of a gray area for me.
He tried to run, we shot at his rear. When I got a gun,
I like this song.
I shoot shit for fun, treat you like a deer. He licking blood like a bitch on a pier. I'm sipping mud, my spine never clear.
Dude, I can't with Ken Carson, man. What is this, man? Get that out of here. I like this hook. This hook is one of the best I've heard from him.
And roll, 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 whoa, 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 whoa. Wrist, she's so suicidal.
Okay, that bar's still weird. Doesn't hit any better the second time. It's very close to being a like. Alright? Those lyrical moments kinda, like the period one and the emo one, kinda take away for a like track for me. But this is the best Ken Carson song I've heard, I think. I feel like with trap, this is kinda where you want to be lyrically, where it's kind of that repetitive, simple phrases that you can vibe along to. That's how people claim they like to listen to trap. And after listening to something like Whole Lotta Red, which I did enjoy, I agree. So this kind of rock and roll, while it's repetitive, I really like it. So this hook, very good. However, these random one-liners that Ken Carson likes to pull out aren't present in something like Cardi's music. And so it's a little tougher for me to get past that, personally. Okay? I get some people like it. If you like it, awesome. I think some of his lines are cringy and they're fun to laugh at. So I will continue doing that when I catch those moments. But this is the best Ken Carson song I've heard so far. So let's move on to Party All Day. Yo, guys, do you know what we need? We need a Ken Carson and Blade collab album. That would go crazy. Come on, can we do it? Drain Gang and Teen X? Come on.
Back on my bullshit, back on my bull. Shawty eat dick up until she get full. She just wanna get hot, she just want. Shawty sucking my dick up like a joint. And I dog that bitch. She might get full. She just wanna get hot, she just want some more.
I like this a lot. This song's good.
She screaming, ooh, Shawty be wet. She don't need lube. She sucking me up while I count on my lube.
Man, this instrumental is so good. I'm 3 tracks into this. First of all, boom, boom. All right, this is the best Ken Carson song I've heard, easily. So good. You could argue maybe if you're not crazy about the flow, it's a little monotonous, maybe. And if you want to nitpick, the lube line, wherever that was a little weird. Okay, little weird, but. Oh my gosh, the vibes that people were talking about on his album X are actually here this time. I feel like the lyrics aren't actively distracting. And I also feel like Ken is playing more into the melodic side. His flow is more like, it's more dynamic, and he's going more places with his flow, which keeps the song more interesting. The lyrics aren't just painfully cringe. I wonder why so many Ken Carson fans died on the hill that X is such a great album in my comment section, when this is so much better. Like, I don't know why they're like, X is so good, you're just hating, when, I mean, there were moments and certain qualities of the track list that were just bad. Like, they were bad. There's no defending. This, okay, even... I'm not sure how the rest of the project goes. Maybe I'll end up hating the rest of them. But this is something I could see more being like, okay, you're hating. This is actually pretty good. Because so far, this is what I want from the trap style. This is what I expect. Ken is nailing it. Okay, I don't know what happened with X, where it was like a fluke of just horrible songs for like double the length. Like, this is half the length of X. So, yeah. Ken knows what he's doing.
Be lying. All of these niggas be lying. You ain't stay down, you change. You ain't gotta stay down, cause they gon' change on you.
Am I crazy? Because I thought X was pretty well produced. I didn't think it was, like, exceptional production, especially for 2022 standards. But is it just me, or is this, like, production really good on every song? I feel like it fits into that lane of just, you know, a trap banger that you kind of just bop along with. It's really, you know, it's hit in the right spots, all right? This is great production. And I almost wonder if, because this 808 tag has been here twice, I'm wondering if it's more, if the producers changed on X, and so it felt less personal. This almost feels more personal to Ken, in my opinion, from an outsider who doesn't listen to his music.
Dick on her mouth, she be tryna eat. I ain't talking food, but she ate up to me. She not home to you, she can't come home with me. She belong to you. I know all of these bitches be lying. All of these niggas be lying. You ain't stay down, you change. I move around like I'm the president. That's why you bitch let me fuck. I hit that bitch. I'm the president. On some fashion shit. That's why she gave you up.
Okay, the flow there kind of, he gave up a little bit. I love the little instrumental breaks at the end of these songs. They're pretty good. Again, it was a good song. I didn't feel the, like, as much enjoyment or wow factor as I did in tracks 2 and 3 with that one. But I still think this song's pretty good, especially the instrumental. Very fun, very playful. There were some moments that Ken's flows kind of dropped off a little bit, but I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not hating what I'm hearing. There were songs on X that I hated what I was hearing throughout the entire song. So, but we're moving into a 4-minute track now. We got Run plus Ran. So, I hope it's good.
We ain't never running out of money, we ain't running out of loot. But I got Ciroc. I ain't never been drunk, yeah.
What does Ciroc mean? Alcoholic beverage. Cool. Alright, see, I am 19. I don't know much about alcohol, so cool. I had to know what it was because I was unaware.
Hey, ooh, we ain't never running out of money, we ain't running out of loot.
Is it just me, or does it feel like Ken has such a much more, like, ecstatic personality on this project? It feels like he's more playful, he's more fun, it's less serious. X almost felt like, when I was listening to that album, it felt like just a flex album, and every song was the same, and the flow was the same, and it just didn't have that personality that I feel like this project has. Now, could I understand if someone's not crazy about the personality here? Sure. But compared to that project, man, this is just so much better. Like, I don't know what happened on X. I'm loving this project so far. Ooh, beat swap. I like that.
I just ran out them bands.
His flow changed! And like his delivery! Dude, oh yes! He's a capable artist who can do more than what he was doing on X. This is so exciting. You guys have no idea how excited I am. This is awesome. Listen, alright, let's listen to his flow like here.
I feel like Tupac.
Alright,
I just got
not bad.
I just ran out them bands.
He went up like an octave, man. He has range. Oh my gosh, yes. Dude, I cannot believe people were dying on the X Hill when this is so much better. This album is so much better. Oh my goodness. Oh, this song is so good. Nice.
I'm talking about that boy from the scary movie. I was in military school, I
That's good. All right. This is more like what I'm talking. You can be like funny and not corny, and this is funny and not corny, in my opinion.
Could you want me wet like a jacuzzi? I ran out of bands, bitch, I am not stands. I just ran up them bands.
I am shocked at how good that song was. That was amazing. Like, actually, second half I preferred like significantly more than the first half. I didn't think the first half was bad, but there's like there's a swap in energy with this beat swap that is just so enjoyable. And okay, while you look at the lyrics, while they're super repetitive, at the end of the day, that's why you're listening to this style. That's why you're listening to trap music, is for this just kind of repeated, you vibe along with the beat kind of carries, and the vocals are kind of just meant to be there to fill the space and to have you, like, I don't know, just follow along with them. And all of the, like, normally really cringy, really annoying bars that Ken Carson pulls out aren't really present here. Rather, you get kind of funny moments like, and her coochie warm and wet like a jacuzzi, all right? I'm not taking that as seriously as, like, the birth control bar that he had, or, like, anything like that from the X project. Or, I keep saying the X project. I'm going to say the X album, because this is Project X. From the X album. It's repetitive, but that's where this style is most effective, in my opinion. This song was fantastic. Unironically, so far, I like this almost as much as I like Whole Lotta Red. They're like neck and neck, all right? It sounds so dumb, because for the last 3 months, I've been talking about how I don't care for Ken Carson, his music is boring, and I've argued with a bunch of Ken Carson fans in my comments, but I'm starting to realize I was in the wrong. I didn't have the full perspective. This is pretty good.
I just wanna put my dick inside her, yeah. She wanna get Kiki outside her. Before you know I'm a massager.
Okay, something happened. This song was like normal, and then he started being honest, we'll say. This feels a little... This down has been like funny. I don't know. I like some of the other songs more. I'll still add that one. Like, it was good, but I don't necessarily feel like, I don't know, it wasn't as memorable for me. The like shake hook wasn't necessarily, you know, calling to me. It wasn't bad though. Like, this is better than every song on X. If I remember correctly, I kind of liked Money Hunt. Maybe that one's, I don't know. Anyway, Shake, it's a good song. It's not one of my favorites on this project. All right, this is a heavier beat.
I feel like a pimp. I just might go sell. Niggas talking about hoes, but they know I got hell. Niggas.
Andrew Tate anthem? Is this? I don't know about this one so far. Hey man, I got an open mind. I gotta keep the mind. Let's keep it going.
Back close, but they know I got hell. Selling pounds of paraphernalia.
Gotta look up. I might I'm gonna incognito. So okay, it's probably drugs. Probably, if I had to guess. Ooh, this beat, man. I love this little melodic part in the instrumental. This song, I'll add it again. I'm hesitant. There were like, I don't know, this felt kind of like Andrew Tate core to me. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of that. Like, lyrically, this isn't my thing. But I did really enjoy the instrumental. And I appreciated the fact he kept the hook simple. Okay, that's what we like to see in these trap bangers. So let's hope he continues it with the next track being Clutch. He's going to clutch up, and I'm going to love the rest of this project. That's what's up. Let's do it. Come on, Ken.
Niggas think they the shit, but they really be ass. You write this shit, make it little poop. Yo, if it ain't nothing, my fist on the do.
He brought back the poop bars. That he did. Hey, man. It's incredibly difficult to rap about like crap and make it work. Okay? It's like borderline impossible. I can commend Ken for trying, but it just doesn't hit. Yeah, I think that was handily my least favorite so far. It felt more album X kind of quality to me. It wasn't like actively offensive for the most part. I'm assuming when the title being Clutch, it doesn't mean like save an important moment, but rather like the dash or place in a car with mentioning like the Glock in the lap. I don't know. This song just feels like a giant threat. Not necessarily my thing, but I didn't hate it. It was fine. Till I die. I'm gonna be listening to Ken Carson till I die. Wait. All right, listen to this beginning part, like the little melody part. Here. And then I swear. Okay, I think it's similar, all right? It's definitely similar. You can't deny it's similar, all right? I'm not a crazy person. I want to hear that again, actually. It's not a similar re-listening. Hey man, I'm just having fun.
For real, I'm working this shit like a 9 to 5. I ain't going broke as long as I'm alive. Bitch, I'ma be chasing the rest till I die.
Is it just me? I feel like it is just me after reading all the comments. I feel like his writing is good. He knows how to write a song. So what happened on this album? Okay, what's the most popular? Maybe I'm misremembering. Freestyle 2. I remember disliking Freestyle 2.
Wake up, filthy.
Oh, look at that. They added lyrics. Maybe you're supposed to listen with lyrics. Oh, wait. Here's the third one.
Nigga, I'm that shit like a turd.
It's still so bad. That's the thing, is that, like, I didn't hate X like people thought I did. I just thought it was bad. Okay? I thought it was bad. I didn't hate it. And so, this being somewhat close, I don't feel like I'm that crazy for liking this and not liking X, especially when the track list was so bloated. It was so long. It was so much of the same flow. Even when Destroy Lonely would show up on a track, it was the same flow. The instrumentals are probably about equal quality, but I feel like the songwriting, the melodies in Ken's voice, the flows are just better. Because I liked point being, I liked Till I Die. This song was very good. Okay, I thought the writing was great on that song. No more coping allowed. Skrillex? Skrillex on the beat? Yo, Skrill jumping hard? Again. Alright, we gotta play the game again. It's the one Skrillex song, Real Spring. Hold on. I gotta try this, okay? Okay. It's the same! It's the same! Okay, no complaints. Alright, this album was horrible. Alright, it was very bad. So, I will say, this was the one song I enjoyed. But, it's similar. It's definitely similar. That is awesome.
I ain't get that bitch shit. I put it in her spine. You knew she was up to get in line. And that shit long here. And she don't can't fuck with me, but she keep on.
That is funny.
Hey, yo, hey.
This line, get in line with me, that line long. This is good.
I'ma fuck your bitch and I'ma send you the video. Should enough for you.
That song was pretty good. I might press, yeah, I'll press like that. That song was good. The production low-key reminded me of Skrillex, as I mentioned at the beginning. Which, in my opinion, okay, maybe Ken Carson fans disagree. I think that's a good thing. For the most part, Skrillex makes bangers. So, I thought the instrumental on this song was great. And this this song to me, I don't know about you guys, it almost felt like he was pouting the whole time. He's like, it seems like he's mad at someone. He's complaining about how the lines are long. The girls, I'll say the girls, aren't, for him. He's like past them. I don't know. I thought this song was funny. No lyrics on this one. Bro, he's spitting so fast. It's like, this feels like an Eminem song, but like with trap production.
You'll never see me again. I got my bands up.
I like the melody on this one.
Grab my dick with 2 hands and suck me sloppy. I can't even answer the phone for my mans. I get tired.
It's stuff like that, man, that it's like Ken Carson's just so silly. But it's fun to listen to, I gotta admit. Last track pretty good. I thought the like crazy fast flow parts were a little abrasive, but outside of that, it's maybe melodically like the best track. I really like the "It's a One Night Stand." I destroyed the delivery there. Light years better. I'm like thinking. So Ken Carson, I made an album of the year account, by the way. If you want to follow it for some reason, I don't know. I'll do a few reviews occasionally, and I'll give scores if you want to see scores for albums. But yeah. So X, I gave a 4 out of 10. Wasn't crazy about it. This, I'm between like a 6 and a 7. And I'm leaning toward a 7. Like, this was pretty good, man. It was pretty good. I think let's see. Because at the end of the day, I'd say my least favorite track was probably Clutch. If I had to pick one right now, it might change. Make sure to look in the description and follow all my socials there that are also linked there conveniently. Because my opinion might change while I'm editing the video. But right now, my least favorite is probably Clutch. And my favorite is Run and Ran. Or Run Plus Ran. I don't know. That song with the beat swap, both beats were good. Both, like, almost songs. It was almost 2 songs. Both were good, like great. And some of my favorites on the entire album. yeah, if Ken Carson was always like this, I'd have no problems at all. It's just he forgot how to make music, I think, on this project. Because this is light years better than the other one. That was Ken Carson Project X. I probably leaning toward a 7 out of 10, which is like my average score, pretty much. It was a good album. I very much enjoyed it, and I don't know. I feel like part of me thinks I missed something on X, but I listened to it once and thought it was bad. I edited it, thought it was bad. Rewatched my video, thought it was bad. None of that changed through multiple listens. But the first time I'm listening to it, everything's punchy. The songwriting's better. Ken has more personality on this project. I can see where the appeal for Ken Carson comes from. And so, yeah, I'm currently doing a series after the success of my Fantano 0 out of 10 video did, where I'm going to be, it's almost like the redemption arc for these artists. So I'm listening to some of the more critically acclaimed albums from these artists, like Chance the Rapper, Kid Cudi, Ken Carson, and the other Green Day. And so if you're interested in me listening to some good music from these artists that I previously listened to their stuff and hated, well, I didn't hate Ken Carson, but you get the idea. Then make sure to stick around. I'm going to try to get those videos out pretty consistently, rather than my past schedule. So yeah, I really liked this album, and I encourage you, if you listen to X from my 0 out of 10 video and you thought it was terrible and you didn't want to check out Ken Carson, check out this project. It's pretty good. It's fairly enjoyable. So make sure to stick around for the Redemption Arc videos. If you want to watch my initial reaction to Ken Carson X, that will be over here. And if you want to listen, I have a video on Quirkay TV where I show Ken Carson's best lyrics from X. You can check that out here. Anyway, make sure to subscribe, follow my social links. Please do it. I only have like 100 followers on everything. Please do it now.